Thank you very much for joining us. Today is the second day of the demo week. For those who don't know me, I'm Fernanda. I'm the CMO of Coliseum, and I'm the hostess for the next few days. So the demo week, we started in a different format last year as demo days once a month. And this year we decided to combine everything in 1 week. We had around 250 applicants from all over the globe. And we decided to choose only 25. That's just for this year. Next year, hopefully we're gonna have more demo weeks and more demo days to showcase all the amazing startups that we saw. And we have more than 20 judges for the next 5 days. Yesterday was the first day with athlete performance, and today we're doing smart venues, smart stadiums. So let's talk rules, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Each startup has 4 minutes to pitch their solutions. To make it fair and to make sure that everyone has the same treatment, after 4 minutes, we're gonna take over the screen. Nate, my coworker, will share on the chat every minute that you have left. After that, we're gonna give the judges their time to shine and ask questions for the entrepreneurs. It's kind of like one question and a half for each judge. So pro tip, make it short, make it simple so you can answer more questions in the time that you have. And after we hear from the 5 solutions, we're gonna jump into the judges again, and they will choose their top 2 of the day to make sure that we choose the winner to pitch at Sports Tech Nation on December 8th at the Demo Days Finals and win some things with Coliseum. So today we're joined by 5 amazing experts, industry experts. We have Federico Smagno from YLab, CEO of YLab and our partners in Italy. We have Hui Zhang, Vice President of ABCG Group, Aqua Bloom Sport Group from China. Chi Bhatia, Senior Designer at HKS Sports and Entertainment from England. Shiri Bergenson, Technology Investment Lead at Mizrahi Techafot Bank. And last but not least, we have Mayor Binyamini, CEO of Sport Palace, and also our friend from Tel Aviv. So enough of me speaking. It's time to hear from our entrepreneurs. And the first one is Francis Casado from 3D Digital Venues. Francis, I'll allow you to share the screen.
Okay.
There you go. The stage is yours. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So let me just share my screen real quick. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
It's fine.
You just give me the time.
Yeah, Nate, we will allow you. You can go.
Okay. So first of all, thanks everyone for taking the time today. So my name is Francis Casado. I'm one of the founders of Mobile Media Content, and actually we deployed a platform called 3D Digital Venue. And what we basically do is we virtualize venues. We convert what you can see on the left-hand side, which is CAD drawings, into what you see on the right-hand side, which is a 3D interactive rendering. So we do these across the globe. So we've been in business for pretty much 10 years, and we do this everywhere, partnering with both venue owners and also ticketing platforms. So we do it with a wide variety of venue types. So you can see here a venue in Vegas. You see another one in Argentina, which is Performing Arts Center. You see another sports venue in Madrid, Caja Mágica, for the ATP tennis tournament. We also do cricket. We do soccer or football, as we say here. So you can see Old Trafford in Manchester. We do amphitheaters like Colorado, Red Rocks in Colorado, USA. And we also do arenas both for the premium areas and also the general admission areas. So you can see also some examples for Formula One. But the main thing is we rely on video game engines to digitize the venues. So we convert this CAD drawings, these reference materials, into something interactive. So 360 view from each individual seat. And the most important thing is, thanks to our video game engine, we can rely on multi-configurations and update the venues real quick. So actually, we're able to change one configuration to another in less than 48 hours. So you saw here Staples Center on the left-hand side, Clippers on the right, Lakers. Here you see UFC layout on the left-hand side and ice hockey for the T-Mobile Arena. Thanks to this technology, we've been able to deploy 3 different services that we deploy across the board for all of our clients. So first one is venue virtualization. Second one is ticketing integration. Third one, it's seat management portal, which is season ticket sales. So let me jump real quick into venue virtualization, which is once a client is at this stage, this is Wanda Metropolitano, we start with this information, which is technical information, and we can start checking each individual part of the venue. So for instance, this is a very premium area. We can sit down virtually here and check if there was an obstruction or a problem. And with these, we've been able to propose new outcomes and help the club saving money. So here you have what happened at the end of the construction. We helped them saving 15.6 million euros just for the construction phase. Once we have the models ready, we can integrate this with their ticketing partners, and we help them selling more tickets in a different way, and especially mobile oriented. So this is how a web page looks like to sell tickets. This is how we integrate our maps, the overhead map where you see all the sections available. Here, all the seats available for that particular show, and here the interactive 3D view from the seat. We do this for a wide variety of events, and we integrate this with their ticketing platform. So we don't manage payments, they do it. So again, the ambition here was to help increasing conversion rates from 11 to 15 on desktop and from 2.5 to 6 on mobile. So we also do seat management portal, which is selling season tickets with custom business rules. So with interactive maps, we can add to the basket everything that has to do with the seats and help them through their online purchase flow. Again, here, the most important thing is driving conversions. Where we are as a company, we have been growing slowly because we started from a project-based company into a SaaS model right now, and we've been growing. During the pandemic, we were struggling like everyone, but right now we are, picking up again. And the forecast for next year, it's around 3 million euros. So we are trying to raise 1.5 to 2 million euros just to increase or improve the technology, scale the business in terms of business development, and have a better staff across the board. And what we try to do is to have a better platform and integrate, especially into the secondary ticketing business, which is what is driving us more conversions and more revenue right now. And I think that's it. I'd like to hear your questions. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Francis. Judges, it's with you. Does anyone wants to start?
Hi, I would like to ask about your business model. You said
Yes.
it's a SaaS.
It's a SaaS model. So as I said, we started building projects because originally we were doing consultancy for the clients. Let's use Atletico Madrid as an example. They came to us and they asked us, hey, can you help us digitizing the venue, communicating the venue to the clients, and after that selling or moving the members from the old venue to the new one? We did that, and originally that were projects, but right now what we do is we have like a setup fee to digitize the venue, but after that we have a license fee year over year, depending on how many products do you buy, sorry. So for instance, we have the venue virtualization only, we have the ticketing integration, and we also have the seat management portal. What we're doing right now is that these clients and these platforms are asking us to be able to resell all these venues to the secondary market, where there's a wide variety of partners and clients that will be willing to use our models.
Right. Thank you.
May I jump in? We're just curious to know, Francis,
Sure.
your range of clients. Can you tell us a little bit about, apart from Atletico Madrid, that I got it, but can you please tell us what other clients do you have?
Yes, so we have a lot of clients in the football ecosystem. So actually we work with the Spanish La Liga. I think we have 14 clients. In the UK, we have Man City, we have Liverpool, we have Newcastle, we have Everton, we have Leicester Football Club, we have Brighton, we have Wolverhampton. So actually we are very well positioned in terms of the football clubs. We have the same penetration across the sea, because actually more than 50% of our business comes from the US. So we have a very strong footprint in the NBA. We also have a very strong footprint with the Major League Soccer. And we do this thanks to partnerships with our ticketing partners, okay? Because sometimes we land clients like Atletico Madrid because they were building a new venue, but sometimes we rely on our partners who are selling their solution with our 3D embedded as their front end, okay? So this is helping us landing a lot of new business.
Yeah, I have a question,
Thanks.
Francis. Once you build a venue for one client, let's take, the Lakers or
Yes.
Atletico, is the virtualization of their asset theirs only to utilize, or can you also leverage that asset for other partners or other technology companies? Because the digital twin world is very alive right now, from sports kind of tracking systems down to virtual broadcast, etc. So are there other ways you can monetize the asset, not just for yourselves, but also your end client? And have you done so? If you could share some examples.
Yeah, sure. That's a very smart question. So sometimes it's very challenging, especially with very big names. So you talk about Barca's or Staples Centers. They ask you to include some language in the contract where you cannot resell the 3D model to anyone else. But in 90% of the cases, you can do it with the understanding that you will need to tweak that model a little bit, especially like you said, if you want to resell this to the secondary market, or if you want to resell this to other partners, such as, for instance, we have a strong partnership with Canon in Asia Pacific, where they use some of our models just to create these 3D replays where you see the players moving all around. So the way you can do this is you need to debrand the venue. So that means extract all the branding and everything that will let anyone foreigner to understand that this is Staples Center or FC Barcelona or something else, and then they use that model for their purposes. Then we relicense it at a lower fee, because our main model is attached to ticketing sometimes, where we deploy a view for each individual seat. But when it comes to Canon or many others, they only rely on the 3D model itself, and they don't care about individual seat views, or if the accuracy of the handrail in front of me is going to cause me an obstructed view.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Francis. I'm sorry, judges, we have to move forward, but we can keep the questions for the end if anything comes up to the mind then. So let's move on with Lior from Big Zone. Lior, the stage is yours. You can share your screen now.
Hi, everyone. Can everyone see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Lior. I'm VP Sales. I'm VP Business Development at Mixzone, and today I'm going to explain how we bring the backdrop to the front of advertising. We create a new revenue stream for sports teams and federations by digitizing their ad inventory with digital backdrop and providing them with the demands management software. It is an innovative change that has not been changed since sports broadcasting has started. Interviews and press conferences has become an integral part of the game itself. Nowadays, they take part before, during, and after the game. They get the same amount of airtime as the actual plays, and in the social media age, they get even more exposure. All of this makes the interviews backdrop a prime advertising space. Despite all of that, the backdrop stayed the same. They're static and boring, the only non-digital ad space left on field or court. They're not easily updated, which means usually for the entire season, the sponsors stay the same. And they don't generate any additional revenue for teams, leagues, or federations. So what is our solution? We offer an holistic solution with FHD screens and a unique patent cloud-based technology. It is an exciting, eye-catching media. More space for sponsors, more prestige for sponsors. Lightweight, easy to assemble backdrop in any size. For example, here you can see backdrops we did for Legia Warszawa, Poland's champions. In the back, it's the conference backdrop, and then front, mixed zone or flash zone backdrop. It might sound complicated, but it's as easy as uploading a picture on Instagram. There's a remote control switch when you can change the backdrops in any time and anywhere within minutes, available in 23 different languages. It's SaaS-based platform, which means no need to install anything. And you can gather reports and status updates with our software. Here's a study case on an Israeli team, Hapoel Kfar Saba. They're currently positioned in the second league. Their annually normal sponsors agreement is $100,000. In their second year with our product, they got additionally $50,000 from new sponsors And in the third year, again with our product, and additionally of $100,000 from new sponsors. Rama Vidar, the head of media, says that we gave them the opportunity to increase exposure to their sponsors and create another revenue stream for the club. Even after relegation, they insisted to stay with our backdrops. Let me tell you another example of our very successful POC in Israel. We have 64 backdrops deployed across 27 teams, 5 seasons running, more than 3,800 live games and press conferences, media value per season of 2.5 million. And again, let me remind you, this number is for a country like Israel. We can talk about the numbers of bigger countries like Italy, Spain, French. The total average income growth is 35% per team. All these numbers are according to Ifat Media's seasonal exposure analysis, which they also found that this figure is 4 times of an advertiser in the old interview back and double the exposure that the LED sign display. And this is why, while being broadcast on TV, our backdrop occupies higher percentage on screen, and it is actually by 3 times more noticeable than the LED sign display. We have an enlarged screen time due to interviews and their popularity and the repetition in social media. And it is more attractive due to the eye-catching, moving and changing screens during a really static interview, as you can see in the pictures. And it's really all a game of numbers. We have a mature product of 5 years, a dramatic revenue increase of 35%, and 100% contract renewal rates, with 38 sign-up teams in leagues worldwide and over 280 advertisers with 0 manufacturings. It's a real business opportunity. Global sports market size will be up to, by the year 2025, $86 billion. There's 1,240 global professional sports leagues with more than 19,000 sports clubs, 50,000 screens, which is 570,000 potential mix-zone licenses per year. And it is all in the potential income.
Sorry, I'll have to interrupt you there.
Sorry. Yeah, we can have a lot of things and putting it in 4 minutes, but I'm done. So join us to bring change to sports industry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Judges, Rui, I will start with you because last time we didn't have the opportunity.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's a very interesting project. I just wanted to know, how do you think the biggest advantage or difference by the traditional backdrop or the, this kind of your product? I mean, the benefit brought to the leagues, federation, and also the sponsors.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Nadav, the CEO and the founder. Actually, it's very, very simple. We do the revolution like the LEDs on the field. It means that if the team have their current sponsor, now we provide them a backdrop, a digital backdrop that can double their sponsors. They can put their current sponsor and they can bring a new sponsor for the digital part.
Fernanda, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Link to the last question. I think if I'm a venue operator or owner and I've invested in my technology strategy for my LED ribbon boards, my large video boards, and my external video boards using a media server of X type or certain DMX system, why can't I use that exact same technology, but add in one additional LED panel behind the interviewer and extend my licensing agreement to all those? If you can explain how your product, which I believe is a hardware and software product, it's not just one, is separate to the wider DMX system that most media servers or video boards can already utilize.
Yeah, very simple. First of all, to do it, maybe on the conference, you are right, on the conference, but the flash zone and the mix zone are a backdrop that need to be very, very light, and you need to move it. And not all the time is in the same place that they were being in the last game. It means that you have to use a physical backdrop, and we find the best way to do it, a physical and a digital backdrop that you can move to the flash zone, to the mix zone, to the out games you have.
Thank you. Mao, Shiri, Federico.
Yeah, I know
Good
the first one from our country. It's okay.
Thank you.
I will add one more thing to Chai's question. You can put a LED like the LEDs because the camera it's doing it take the broadcast 1 meter from the interview. It means that you need a very high quality LED, and it's very expensive to do it. And it's like I said, if you will do with a LED, you will see the dots on the LEDs because it's very close. And if you want to put a LED like the LEDs on the field, it will be very heavy and not you.
Yeah, and to clarify, a high pixel pitch, you're not suggesting a physical product. Your concept is an AR overlay to the broadcast, correct?
No, physical. We provide the hardware and the software.
Got it. But you're saying, what is your hardware? Is it a very fine pixel pitch of LED, or it's a separate type of technology?
No, it's a smart screen.
Got it. Like how a Kindle would work relative to other TVs, right? It's a different kind of service.
No, yeah. It's a smart screen that we.
Understand.
Yeah.
Understand.
Thank you so much, Nadav and Lior, for the pitch. Let's move on with the day. Michael from Baseline Vision, sorry. The floor is yours.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Great. So I'm going to share my screen here. There you go. So I might be in the intersection between athlete development and smart venues, I guess. But let's roll with it. I'm Michael. I'm CEO of a company called Baseline Vision. We're based in Tel Aviv in Israel. And what we basically do is transforming the way players experience net sports. And we start with tennis. We're all tennis freaks here. And how we do it is by bringing one of the most scalable solutions for real-time game analysis and tracking. And the question I always get is why? What's the link between real-time tracking and transforming the game? Well, it's like in any other sport. That's the building blocks to build any product related to performance tracking, for engagement and fun, for empowering. VAR as being a huge success in soccer, for example. Now, when you're looking at other sports that have already undergone a kind of a tracking revolution like football and basketball, in net sports, you have another kind of problem, is that those sports were kind of left behind because of a really technical problem. How do you bring a scalable technology which is good enough for performance tracking when you have 10, 20, up to 50 courts in a venue, right? And at the end of the day, it allows the club to make more money. It allows, the players to get a better experience overall. Now, when we kind of started and talked with the club owners and academies and venues, we kind of understood we needed the perfect mix between 4 main characteristics. And we needed solutions to be affordable, standalone, easy to use and install in real time. That's our mantra. And as we kind of figure, as soon as we have the perfect combination of those 4 kind of ingredients, we will kind of own the data market for those net sports. And the solution is what you see here is a rather small device that you mount on a net post in less than 30 seconds. It has 2 cameras and an onboard computer, and it does everything, all the tracking, the player, the ball, the court, in real time on the edge. The players and the coach connect to the camera through a mobile phone, through a mobile app, through a direct Wi-Fi, and all the data and videos are streamed directly to the phone. Now, we're building 4 main capabilities for tennis. Tennis is our first love and first market. And what we do is basically every combination of products we can imagine that covers performance tracking analysis, line coding and challenges. We want to know whether the ball is in or out, but at scale, of course, video replays and highlights, and everything related to instant and instant metrics, mostly for coaching. Now we basically operate in 3 different use cases right now, which is tournaments, when line coding and match statistics is the most used features, coaching, which is pretty much everything, and except line code, of course. So you have gamified drills, you have video replays, you have everything you need on the court to train better. And then also casual plays, 2 persons just going on a Sunday to play, to track their performance and to call the lines as well. It's always fun and saves friendships sometimes. Now, we've launched, to make long story short, we've been in 2020, mostly in pilots with 20 customers, mostly here in Canada, here in Israel and Canada. And we've launched a few weeks ago, actually, our first commercial version. We have 50 units. We are already deployed in 6 countries. We have 4 months to come next month. And it's a SaaS model. We're leasing those units $200 per month to the club, and they can monetize it as they want.
Michael,
You know,
I'll have to interrupt you there, just because we're done with the 4 minutes.
I'm pretty much over. I'm pretty much over. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Okay, Sherry.
Hi, I would like to know who's your client, the tennis coach, the player, both, like who's the one who gets the app?
For the current version, our only clients are the clubs. And that's for the only reason that the app is free for now. And so we lease those systems to the club, and basically all club members can download the app for free and play. All the features are free now. Now, the next step would be for us to differentiate between a basic version and a premium version. And then we'll have some features that would be paid between $5 and $20 per month. If you want more data, more videos, more insights. And those revenues can be shared with the club as well, with a simple code. So that's actually another way for them to monetize the system.
So the next step will be that the player will have his like virtual coach, tennis coach.
It's a great question, and the answer is no, because you're always fighting with coaches if you pretend you can replace them. So we're not replacing the coach. We're helping them to train better. So the virtual coach is not something we're looking for, but to have the best tools to help the coach, definitely.
Thank you.
Well, may I jump in?
Sure.
Okay. Michael, you refer to net sports, but I see everything is related to tennis in your presentation. How much or at what extent can you do this and apply this to other net sports, especially as far as the performance tracking analysis, which is maybe pretty different between sports?
It is different between sports but there is quite a few sports, I call it net sports, are basically behaving the same. And 4 main ones we're aiming at right now is, next to tennis, is padel, which is booming in Europe now. Volleyball, which is kind of the same constellation. Table tennis and badminton would be the last one in line. Mostly in China. Now, we're actually started already to develop the first version for padel. We're in process of signing a design partnership with a big padel chain of clubs. And to answer your questions, pretty easy. The first time we put the system on a padel court, it basically tracked everything. So it's just a question of calibration.
Thank you. More? I know.
Yeah. I would like to ask, according to your business plan, what you estimate the price for the end user? If you have estimation like this?
Sure, for the end, so the clubs will always be a component of our revenue. So it's $200. I don't think that will change much. That's actually, in a few markets, that's actually quite underpriced. But in terms of the app, you could basically build a per feature payment. So we're kind of aiming between $5 and $20 per month per user. Now we have, we're deployed in China, for example, and there, this monthly lease model doesn't work that well. They kind of prefer buying the hardware and pay a monthly fee of monthly retainer for the support, and that's fine as well. We're not in love with the business model neither.
Okay.
Hi, Michael.
Sure.
Yeah. So do you also target at the schools? I mean the campus, and also do you thinking about extra function like streaming? I mean broadcasting.
Definitely. So two questions. First, definitely. So we have already two partnerships on the way now. So it's a little early to say, but we're supposed to be in two schools and colleges in the US in the next 2 months. Big ones, and then now the second question is a good one because it's a pretty basic needs for all our clients as well. They all want streaming, and the answer is no. We're not focusing on streaming now. There are much better solutions than ours on the market to stream, and it's very, very demanding in terms of the infrastructure you need to place. And we would lose a lot in scalability if we were to propose streaming, which in tennis and most of the net sports is usually from the back and not from the side.
Gee, I saw that you had a question. If you want to go ahead and.
Yeah, if we have time, I'll quick. I think it's
Yeah,
kind of linked to Shiri's question. Michael, I think, I really like the product. I'm a big tennis fan myself, so I can empathize. I've played at different levels when I was younger. I think, looking at your website while people were talking, I think if you can talk about segmenting your audience to your functionality, it's almost like a matrix of who your audiences are and what kind of functionality they'll want. Just in the way you talk about your product, I think could give you a lot of value in explaining its different kind of scales of expertise down to the gamification side to the really hardcore academies, validating the scouting process. So I think, I know it might be early days, but that it's not really a question. It's more just advice from tracking your website, listening to your topics. I think that'll help you get your end user to understand how best it fits their use case and maybe get you to find the best vertical to explore first from a commercial stance. But just some thoughts.
Point taken. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, judges. So next on the stage is Alon from Better Year. But I hope I pronounced it right. Correct me if I'm mistaken. Let me just release the screen for you. You were on mute, just to let you know. I cannot hear you.
Good evening, everyone. Can everybody hear me well?
Yeah, and we can also see your screen.
Excellent. All right, so good evening, everyone. My name is Shahar Alon. I'm the marketing executive at the Bet Ear organization. Just before I'm going to start, I'd just like to pass on this information that as of today, there are 450 million people that are suffering from hearing impairment. So hearing impaired people. And now let's jump right into our topic. So have you ever thought about how does a person who is hearing impaired experiencing a major large sports event? So let's think about this. You're going to a large stadium, there are thousands of people, a lot of background noise around you. For just an average Joe, this is a great experience. And that's exactly the reason why you bought the ticket for, right? You want to go and enjoy the game. But for a person with a hearing impairment, the situation is quite different. Imagine walking into the stadium wearing a huge metal bucket and having people around you just taking drumsticks and bang all over it. That doesn't sound like a great experience, right? At this point, you might ask yourself, but wait a minute, there is a solution. Hearing aids, right? Everybody knows about them. They're the solution for everything. However, the reality is a bit more complex. Hearing aids were designed to allow the hearing impaired people understanding speech in an optimal condition. So that means you're sitting in a room, one in front of another, there's no noise, and you're speaking to one another. At that point, the hearing aid will do its job. But at a situation of buying a ticket, going into a major stadium to watch a game filled with people and anchor and noise and all that stuff, what happened is that your hearing aid will pick up all that stuff and amplify it and send it right into your ears. Now you can already imagine that the hearing impaired community cannot really enjoy going into a major stadium and enjoy a game. This is where we come in, all right? Here at BetEar, we came out with a revolutionary solution. We have a unit that is designed to be installed at the stadium and sample everything that is coming in through any mic or any mixer and send it on a designated Wi-Fi with low latency directly through a simple to use app that is based on anyone's cell phone that is free to use again, and then right into the person's ear. And then at that point, he gets to hear everything the way it was meant to be heard. You might even think about this, maybe even better. So from now on, it doesn't matter where you're at the stadium and how many people are around you screaming and shouting. With that app, you can easily access the sound and hear everything clear out of noises. Our system works with regular earbuds. It works with hearing aids. It even works with cochlear implants. So it works with everybody, all right? So essentially, our goal and vision is to take the accessibility limitations of people with hearing impairments and then give them the option to enjoy the same things that people without those impairments and then actually go to the stadium, go to see the concert, go to see the game, and you might even be surprised that they'll hear the content even better. Up until now, I just want to say that all the other products that I've seen were also very amazing. I'm also a tennis fan. I'm open. I'm free to. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll be happy to answer all your thoughts.
Thank you, Shahar. Thank you very much.
Questions, anybody?
I think it's a great idea, but can you please explain to us how you intend to make money?
Okay, so the business model, yes. Okay, so first, let me answer your question, Federico. Great question, by the way. All right, so here in Israel, we already have all the company that does most of the shows. It's called Zappa. So our products are already installed in all of them. So the way it works is that, I don't know if you've ever been to a bank or a post office and then there's a hearing impairment position and it looks very old and nobody's really using it, including the clerk. But our product, it works with a simple barcode. You come in, there's a barcode. The app is on your phone. You scan the barcode. At that point, the app is connected to the PA, and using our system, the hearing impairment person doesn't have to identify themselves, and they also just put the plug in, sit wherever they want, and then they enjoy the show. And then to answer your question, the way it works is the place purchase the system, and then on a monthly basis, we provide service and whatever it is that they need. They can call us 24/7. We, if there's a problem or anything, we can always come out and help. But that's the business model. We sell it and then we provide a monthly service.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
I would like to ask if you need a special infrastructure in the stadium, because if you about Wi-Fi communication or something like this, because if you have a 20 or 30,000 audience, it's I don't know if you can reach your goal in this environment.
Again, thank you for a question. Imagine like a guitar amp. You know, there's a 5-watt guitar amp that you can play in your room, and there's a 200-watt guitar amp that you can play with Eddie Van Halen. All right, in a major stadium. Same applies here. The stadium has its own PA system that is designed to broadcast, so on and so forth. Our system is connected to that system, and then we also installed a designated Wi-Fi network that nobody else uses. And then according to the seats, you know, if it's a 20,000 seats stadium, then that network will cover that. If it's 100,000 seats, that network will cover that. And then to add another question and an answer to your question is like, maybe there's a limit of the number of applicants, you know, maybe one day there's 2,000 hearing impaired people that will be using it, and then the next day 10,000. Well, no, if there's room in the stadium, anybody can use the app simultaneously. And we're also working on different languages. So if you have like different anchors, the one speaks in Spanish, one speaks in German. So the guy who speaks German, boom, clicks on the German, and now he hears all the contents in German without any background noise.
So what you're telling me that you need a private network in the stadium for this.
Right, that's right, and we provide it with the installation.
Okay.
Thank you for your question.
Quick question. During some of the work we had done during behind closed doors when COVID first happened, it was helping understand how to bring back experiences in venues without fans. We talked to a company called Mix Halo. Have you heard of them?
No.
Okay, I don't know if it's a very directly applicable product, but they were also trying to extract audio in new and exciting ways to deliver it in different platforms. So I recommend maybe looking at them and seeing if there's a lot of similarities to that product or someone you could maybe partner with. I know they're US based. Mixhalo.com is the company.
Chai, thank you very much for your input from one tennis fan to another. Thank you.
No problem, thank you.
Thank you, guys. We have room for one more question.
One more question. Anybody? Just so
Do
you
you
know,
have any patents? Like, or how does it work?
what was the question? I'm sorry, Shiri.
Do you have any patents? Like, did you write anything? Did you have like?
I'll have to research that in our legal department. That's a good question.
So thank you very much, Shahab, for your presentation and the judges.
I would like to thank you as well. Thank you so much. Guys, have a great evening. Yeah, it was fascinating.
Thank you. And last but not least, we have Justin with Exportia. Justin, the screen is yours, the stage is yours.
Thank you, thank you. I'll just share. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So, okay, that's good.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, now we do.
What does it mean to be human? To be human is to move, to play, to compete, to be social, to be included. However, somewhere along the way, we got lost. Why did something so vital to our existence, something so deep in our DNA, get left behind by so many? We built all these tools to connect everyone, but excluded sports and activity. Somehow, we have come to believe sports is only for the chosen few, for the talented, for the superstar. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen. The truth is, sports is for us all. It's not about lowering expectation. It's about raising them. Sport is not one special person or a select few. Sports needs to be wherever someone is trying to find it. Exportia.
Okay, so Exportia makes thousands of sports and activities bookable at your fingertips. Search, book, pay, and play wherever you are. Discovering sports in your area is a big thing. When everyone goes abroad, wherever you are, you want to be able to continue participating in the sports that you like. The biggest problem with competitive sports is finding an opponent. So with Exportia's Find Opponent, on top of that, you can find opponents on your level. You can join tournaments, teams, and leagues and manage all these aspects. Invitation Center, invite people for games. And your profile. So just like every other profile, LinkedIn profile, Facebook profile, you have your sport profile with the sports that you play, you know, your analytics, and you can get invited and join other games, etc.
Hi, I'm Bobby. I used to play a lot of sports as a kid: football, cricket, tennis, badminton, ping pong, kayaking. I used to do it all. Life catches up with you, you slow down, you get an office job, you're there 9 to 5, and you know, you stop playing sports so much. In a moment of motivation, I picked up my phone, I went into Exportia, and I was scrolling through some personal trainers, and I came across Dan. He's a boxing coach, lives just around the corner, hooked up with him. The very next day I was boxing with him, and I'm doing it 3 times a week, and I'm loving it.
So it all starts with the venues. The venues are the hosts. And whether you want to, you know, start doing a boxing class in your back garden, or whether you're a multi-sport facility, we've created the VMS system. Based on the competition that's out there, we saw that there was a massive gap 2 years ago, and we created a one platform for all. Everything that a venue needs to do, a sporting business, is fully automated. From customizable members and subscriptions, booking apps, venue automation, invoices and statements, finance, the whole business fully automated on one platform.
In the booking process, the most time is taken up by just trying to find the right time. The customer comes to me with the time, I have to get back to them, then respond to me, 3 or 4 different communications before we get locked down on the right time. Exportia's venue management platform has automated that booking system completely. Availability is in real time to my customers.
So manage on the go, all the aspects of, you know, interfaces to manage your venue or your business. And again, we created exactly the same thing for the personal trainer for on the go.
The biggest problem with my business is cancellation.
I'll have to cut you there.
No problem.
Facebook, trying to reach them, it was a mess, it was a hell. That made.
Please, any questions?
Thank you.
I barely heard the video, but from what you said, it's like you have a few apps for different type of people. Like for me, as an example, if I want to do, I want to play soccer, or if I'm a golf trainer, then it's something else.
Yeah, so firstly, we start with the venues, okay? So we've created, you know, a full operating and management system for them. As well as that, we have the Exportia marketplace, where you'll be able to search and instantly book and connect with them. So you can imagine it as an Airbnb and booking.com for sports.
All right. So that means that you're the one who collect the money as well?
Yeah, we are Exportia, exactly. So Exportia is a payment processor. We're a payment processor that gives that gives you more. We also let you, you know, take the money, but we also give you all the tools. So we bring you the customers, we automate your business, and we provide the full scope of all the products.
And then you get like a fee or a percentage, or
so we follow the model of booking.com or, you know, Expedia. So as soon as we get a venue, all their transaction in that venue now go through us. So the current venues, we take 1 to 1.5% booking fee. Once we launch the marketplace, then their new customers, which we bring them, will take a 5% to 10%, basically similar to booking.com. The higher you are in the marketplace, you know, the more commission you'll give. So certain venues, you know, many venues who we've spoken to, they've got these dead hours. So they're happy to give more commission to fill up those emptier hours and emptier spaces.
Thank you.
Where are you, Justin, in your development phase?
Yes.
I guess you're based in the UK from your pronunciation, but are you
I'm not.
expanding?
I'm based in Israel, unfortunately. I should be back in England. So basically, we've been building this product for 2 years. You know, I am a product guy. I'm head of product and logic. I'm building this monster with all the variations. You know, a golf business is different to a diving business, and an axe throwing center is different to a jumping out of the plane business. So it took us, you know, 2 years to develop the logic to cover every single possible configuration. Literally, we just finished in September, and in October, I became the first salesman this last month. I literally went to 12 venues, as you can see them here. I showed them the product. Obviously, we know what the competitors have, and we kind of made sure that we, you know, we're light years ahead. We feel that, you know, the majority of businesses, they're just using, like, they've not been given the technologies that the other industries have been given. Like, you know, if I want a hotel or a car or a flight, it's like 2 clicks and, you know, everything's uninterrupted and automated. But for sports, it's not. It's a big issue. So I just literally cold calling, went to see the venues, and out of the 12 that I visited, 11 immediately agreed to pilot. And one venue, which was Power Yoga, they asked us to just wait until a few more people had piloted. So, you know, the feedback was, you know, incredible. We've literally just been going for 2 years, and we're just about to pilot now. So here's these are our pilot venues who have agreed to go forward. And just with these 12 pilots, Exportius will get 4,595 customers, new users. And that's the monthly revenue, the processing, how much processing we do for these 12 venues monthly.
Hey, Justin.
Yes.
I mean, I just wondering, do you have any other business model, you know, other than you know, paying a fee from the venues or
Yeah,
like,
of course. Look, it
revenue
works
sharing?
for
I just wanted to know more because
yeah.
I think yeah, there are some similar competitors, and you know, they require very high cost of marketing.
So I'm a sportsman. You know, I played different sports all my life. And as I left that school environment, like many of us do, just the access isn't there. It's not there like everything else. So we looked at, you know, why doesn't this thing exist? Where's the sports marketplace? And we saw that, you know, the current competitors are really, well, with respect, completely miles away from, you know, from what it should be. And that's why I started this company, and that's why I built what I built. And you know, and that's where we are at the moment. You know, people think about sports, they think football, tennis, or cricket. These are the big sports, but you know, 90% of the market is covered with minority sports. You know, and you would never know because you haven't got the access. So you know, what about archery? You know, you could be the next axe throwing champion of the world. We just it's a big thing with sports where, oh, I'd love to try that, or oh, I'd love to do this, and that's kind of where the access is missing to sports.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you very much, Justin, and thank
Very
you
welcome.
to all the judges,
Thank
and
you.
to everyone to all the entrepreneurs that joined us today. It was definitely very interesting to hear how we are moving forward with the sports tech industry and everything that we are doing for what we all love, sports. Now is the time that the judges will give us their top 2, so we can decide who is gonna go to the demo day finals in December. So yeah, so Federico, I'll start with you.
Well, it's difficult, guys. It's all, I think, lots of potential here. There's different phases, of course. 3D Digital Venue is not at the same stage as Exportius, as we know. That they have lots of top flight clubs as a client, and in this case, we are just at the beginning. But so it's difficult, honestly. I would choose Baseline Vision. and I would choose 3D digital venue. 3D digital venue.
Thank you, Federico. Thank you very much. Chi.
Thanks, Fernando. I think Federico nailed it. It's juggling, it's all relative levels of development. So I think as I was listening to the last one, I was also trying to factor that in, and also maybe helping certain of you entrepreneurs who might need it more than the rest who are more developed. That's kind of what I'm juggling. So I'm trying to balance both. I think baseline vision to me has the most what I'd call IP or vertical potential. So that's my number one choice, because I feel like as a tennis fan myself, I know it's an underappreciated market, but I also think the product you have is small enough from a hardware and software standpoint that there's a lot of potential. And I think you need the exposure. And I also would support the vision. So that would be one. And actually the one that I think maybe doesn't have, I don't think Mix Zone, you explained your product the best way for someone who works in hardware and software and broadcast and understand the venue. But I can see the desire to make it work as a type of product in the venue space, which is very competitive in a large market. So I'm going to recommend you guys as my second, with the caveat that please try to differentiate how you're different to LED down to the pixel pitch. And maybe if you can explain that, I think you can create a real large vacuum, because media and press pre-match, during the match, and after the match is very important. And I think that's a large market that hasn't been innovated on. So I would pick you guys as my second.
Thank you, Chi. Thank you very much. Mao.
Yeah, hi. It's also a dilemma here, but I think baseline I think it's the I'm most connected to it, because also I saw it also in our tennis courts, and the other one, I think I will be. I'm thinking that I want to give an exposure to beta, because it's I think from my point of view, it's something that we need to promote. So I'm connected to this vision.
For sure. Thank you very much, Mao. Thank you. Shiri.
Hi. So I agree with the judges that spoke before me. It's not an easy decision, but I think that baseline is something that could work. It's something that works. And also I'm a big fan of tennis as well. I used to play tennis. And I think that 3D is my second choice. I see the potential. I know from a friend of mine that they have lots of problems with the tickets. But I also want to mention Justin. I used to have something similar to his startup. I used to do it in Hong Kong, something different, but I can tell you, Justin, it's not an easy market, but if you need anything, you can contact me and I can help you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiri. Ruiz, last but not least, for sure, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I think it's, they are all very creative projects, I just want to say. But I think I wanted to make my decisions based on also my personal background. We're from China, and it was a huge market. And then also we're diving into some, potential projects that I wanted to, explore the Chinese market. So I think first I wanted to also go to a baseline. It's a very great project and a very clear business model. And I also very appreciate the idea. I mean, or the points from Michael. He said that he doesn't want to add any extra functions like broadcasting or whatever. I think he thinks about this very clearly. And China is having education reform about exercising or sports in the primary school versus middle school. I think there's huge market there. So for first one, we go to baseline. And second, I wanted to say, I want to pick Mixon. I think the project is something really good, because I think right now sports is during something very special time, COVID-19, the suffering, but making extra, generate more revenue or whatever. So I think it's marketing and sponsorship is something very big topic right now, and I think it's really something good for the leagues or clubs or whatever to generate more revenue and in a very creative models. So that's my choices. But the other three is also really great. So just yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Rui. And once again, thank you everyone for joining us today. It was great to hear all the solutions. Of course, congratulations, Michael. We will see you again in December.
Everyone for the support.
Thank you. And here's the invitation to join us on December 8th online to see the Demo Day finals and other amazing speakers that we have online. And also for the Israeli community, we're going to host a special day on December 6th at the Bloomfield Stadium. So looking forward to see everyone there, and everyone tomorrow, if you would like to join us again, we have the gaming day and esports day with a lot of interesting solutions as well. So once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you, judges. And then Michael, I will come back to you later on to discuss the next steps. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you very soon.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great evening and day, or whatever you are.
Bye.
Bye.